business. New business venturing. Entrepreneurs also can be seen as developing businesses for the organization. This refers to creating businesses which relates to existing products or markets without regard to the level of autonomy or size of the business. Within the business, entrepreneurs also develop business. They develop the markets. They manage performance. They manage competition. They plan, setting plans, short-term, medium-term, and long-term plans for the organization. And without these guys, the business cannot work. Someone may have the idea, but the team will make the idea to work. Self-renewal. The self-renewal dimension reflects the transformation of organizations through renewal of the key ideas on which they are built. Intrapreneurs also set strategic direction for the business. The proactiveness dimension, which includes using their initiative, taking risk, and the competitive aggressiveness and boldness that are reflected in orientation activities of top management. Entrepreneurs also help the organization to craft strategies. In fact, in the real sense, entrepreneurs are strategists within the business. Entrepreneurs are corporate strategists, defining the long-term goals and objectives of the business. The entrepreneurs are the think tank of the organization. The relationship between entrepreneurship, growth, and profitability, this has been confirmed by researchers and has been confirmed by literature that it contributes to organizations' effectiveness. Entrepreneurs will positively impact the growth of the business because they are the pillars of the organization. Within this presentation, the work is anchored on some theoretical underpinning, which is resource-based view, which says that organizations' survival and success lies on how much resources they can harness, how much resources do they have. Though there is another theory which also anchored on resource-based view, which is resource mobilization. I've not included that in this presentation, which says that how much are we able to mobilize the resources? The one thing to have the resources is another thing to be able to judiciously apply these resources in the different aspects of the business. So how much do these organizations, how much resources have they got? To survive as a business, we may have the people that is able to get the work done, or do we have other resources? And how much of these resources do we have? The resource-based view of a firm explains its ability to deliver sustainable competitive advantage when resources are managed such that their outcomes cannot be imitated by competitors, which ultimately creates a competitive barrier. How much resources have they got? The resources, is it giving them a competitive advantage? Is their product service immutable? Of course, that actually defines the sustainability of the business. Is their product or service immutable? If it is something that can easily be copied, it shows that the business we should be out of the market. There are two perspectives to resource-based view, which is the internal analysis and the external analysis. The internal analysis has to do with the phenomenon within the organization. The external analysis has to do with the industry and the competitive environment. So within this same context, we're looking at the different types of resources, which is tangible, intangible, and organizational capabilities. Those tangible products can easily be identified and includes physical and financial assets, which is used to create value for customers, like the firm's cash accounts, the capacity to raise equity for the business, working capital or circulating capital, their borrowing capacity, plants and facilities, manufacturing locations, machines and equipment. These are all tangible resources. Technology, trade secrets, innovative production processes, patents, copyrights, trademark, effective strategic planning process, excellent evaluation and control system. When organizations have these, they've got tangible resources. And there is the intangible dimension, which has to do with the human resource, the skills, the capability of the people that are working within the business, the trust managerial skills, the firm's specific practices, procedures, and processes. These are intangible. Innovation and creativity. How much are they able to innovate? How much of a new product or service are they able to develop? How much of innovation have they got? Technical and scientific skills, reputation, effective strategic planning process, effective, excellent evaluation and control system is also part of intangible resources of a firm. Then we have organizational capabilities. These are key skills that gives the business a competitive advantage. Outstanding customer service, excellent product development capabilities, innovativeness of new products and services. Have they got the ability to hire the right caliber people, motivate them, keep them, retain them as part of the workforce? This is defined and encapsulated in the organizational capabilities. Now, building innovation capability of an organization. This is the responsibility of the entrepreneurs within the corporate enterprise. They are responsible for building innovation capabilities for the business. Innovation, in a sense, is a basic component used by organizations as a strategy to improve production manufacturing process. They are able to compete in the markets. The innovation ability gives them the ability to compete in the market and gain a competitive advantage, positive status in the customer's perception. It can also be referred to as the creation of new markets, product market, technology organization combination. This last part of the explanation definition suggests three key elements. That innovation is a process, it continues. As a business, innovation is what sustains the business. It's not something we do once, one-off. So if we want to keep working, keep existing as a business, we have to keep on innovating. Also, management has to do with goal formulation, designing the organization process. And there has to be a monitoring system in place, adjusting goals from time to time, objectives, the process. And the organization has to be flexible enough to be able to work and adapt to the environment which is operating. We're looking at the dimension on innovation capabilities of a firm. There are different dimensions. Different types of innovation has been described by authority Schumpeter, which are new products, new methods of production, new sources of supply, the exploitation of new markets, developing new markets, new ways of organizing the business. Innovation capability is one of the attractive areas that really need to be studied by researchers to define, categorize, and investigate firms' performance, the impacts of innovation on organizational competencies. According to Mark Adam, firms believe that innovation were the important factor to obtain a competitive advantage. And Jaworski also analyzed the effect of innovation and patents to various organization performance measures in terms of accounting profitability, stock market rates and returns, as well as corporate growth. While the result that was obtained in literature, according to Jaworski, shows that it is relatively small direct effects of innovation on firms' performance, and the benefit from innovation are likely indirect. Companies have noticed the importance of innovation through increased competition in global markets, such as value added of existing products and services. We've put some information together, literature, to be able to draw a conclusion on the importance and the role of intrapreneurs and organizational development and competencies. Some of those are the impacts of a responsive and proactive market orientation on innovation and business performance, innovation capabilities, operations priorities, and corporate performance in manufacturing firms, customer relationship management and innovation capabilities, dynamic capabilities, a review and research agenda, technology innovation capabilities and firm performance, organizational innovative capability, Malaysian firm, innovation capability and export performance, the empirical study of tester businesses in Thailand, and empirical research on the effect of organizational innovation on organizational performance. What is the correlation between the organizational innovation and their performances? We gathered information from these foregoing journals. Looking at the types of innovation, we've considered product and service innovation. Study shows that there is a strong relationship between product innovation and market performance. And the innovation of new or significant improved product or service is defined in product innovation. And this can be achieved through the utilization of new and existing knowledge or technologies. However, various factors such as advanced technology, customer needs, change, short product life cycle, increase in global competition may cause product innovation process difficult. According to the study conducted by AOK, the success of product service innovation can be achieved through improvements of process technology. In addition, marketing and product innovation are positively related and both have effects on each other. For example, when the level of marketing innovation is high, the level of product service innovation is also high. Firms will attempt to develop product in a shorter time, more efficient and effective, or respond quickly to the new products introduced by their competitors in order to overcome the competitive threats. This leads to a more competitive advantage. Product innovation, for example, involves development, production, and commercialization of new products, and may require the development of new process technology or market segments. There is process and marketing innovation. This has to do with the implementation of new or significant improvements in production and delivery method, such as change in techniques, equipment, software. This is process innovation. Process innovation will take place when the unit cost, for example, of a production decreases, quality increases, New product line is introduced. Authors have emphasized that cost-cutting nature due to the process innovation will have a positive effect on the growth of income for the business. A significant growth change in product design, packaging, labeling, placement, promotion, pricing has to do with marketing innovation. This is actually centered around the 4 P's or the 7 P's of marketing: bringing a change in the price, bringing a change in the products, in the promotion, and the distribution. So when there is a change in any of these, that will be marketing innovation. And that is one thing businesses have to do in order to survive. From time to time, there is the need to keep changing these variables. Marketing innovation are strongly related to the 4 P's of marketing, which are the price, strategies, products, package, design, product placement, promotion, distribution. Technological innovation. A lot of people actually think that innovation is all about a change in or an improvement in technology, but there are other dimensions to innovation. Organizations can decide to innovate in different aspects. Like we just mentioned, it could be product innovation, process innovation, marketing innovation. It's not just about technological innovation. Technological innovation comprises of activities that contribute to research, development, and design of new product, service, or techniques. The process that leads to improvement in products and generate new technological knowledge. For a long time, research on innovation management focused mainly on technology innovation as a fostering aspect of a firm performance. Is far much beyond that. Organizational performance is not just about technology development. It also has to do with other parts of innovation that we have mentioned in this study. We also consider strategic innovation. Organization can decide to change their strategic direction. This is directly related to the basic business operations and activities. When there is a change in the strategy, corporate strategy of an organization, it could be strategy at any level. It could be lower level strategy, operational strategies, tactical or functional strategies, as well as corporate strategies. When there is a change in any of these areas, that is referred to as strategic innovation. This form of innovation is known as factor for identifying external opportunities, which is matched with external opportunities and internal capabilities of the business. It is an important element that is needed to deliver innovative products and new market exploration. Resource allocation and organizing capabilities. I made mention of resource mobilization earlier, which is quite tightly linked to resource allocation. Product innovation is said to be dependable on leverage of organizational resources and capabilities, which is owned by internal functional units in combination with research institutions, for example, universities, customers, as well as suppliers. To conclude this paper, we've looked at literature and decided to draw a conclusion. The research shows that firm innovation capabilities and its influence on performance is linked to the capabilities of intrapreneurs, which make things happen within the business, and which eventually leads to business success and high business performance. After reviewing this couple of literature, we found that firm innovation capabilities have great influence on business performance, marketing performance, as well as financial performance. Based on the foregoing, it was revealed that innovation and entrepreneurial role in an organization will impact on firm's performance. How much of entrepreneurial capabilities does an organization have? What is the strength of the entrepreneurs? That has an impact on the organizational performance. And these guys are the key human resource of the business, which is the pillar of the organization. The entrepreneurs are the managers of other resources within the business. Therefore, they are the most important parts of the resources which the organization have. The human resource, the entrepreneurs. We said the entrepreneurs are the introduction part, are the entrepreneurs within the business. Therefore, it is important that organizations implement effective innovation culture in order to survive in the market. Organizations which implement such innovative culture remain ahead of their competitors because this innovation ultimately affects other variables such as business performance, marketing performance, and finally, overall financial performance of the business. Thank you for listening. I will be ready to take questions, comments. If you have any question, please go ahead and ask your question. Thank you very much, everyone. Question, please.
Thank you very much, Festus. Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, please.
Thanks so much. This is not my area at all. But as you are presenting, one thing that comes to my mind of interest is, does the size of the firm matter in what we are saying, the size in terms of how big it is? And the size of the market, does it matter in terms of deciding on the innovation? Because we are talking about innovation capabilities.
Yes.
What role does the size of the firm and the size of the market actually they play in this innovation capability?
Well, the size doesn't really matter. The size of a business can be defined in different dimensions. We can define size according to the capital structure of the business. So, for example, a business have, say, 10 employees and £5 million worth of capital. And another firm could have, say, 500 employees and have 100,000 capital. Another firm could have lots of locations, branches, but they are not making profits, or the turnover is very low. So how much of innovation doesn't really matter in the size. Small businesses do innovate as well as big businesses. So the market is not really an important factor when it comes to innovation. And the size of the business is not also a very important factor when it comes to innovation. Small businesses are striving to survive. When they strive to survive, what sustains them, or one thing they have to do, is to keep innovating at their level. Big businesses will also do the same thing. They want to innovate at their level. And the magnitude of the innovation doesn't matter as well. You look at the size of your market, how much resources have you got? If you are changing your product, for example, you just want to alter your product as a small business, that is innovation. You are changing your process, the system, the internal structure of the business, that is innovation. You are bringing a change in the culture within the business, that is innovation. Within the internal process. So irrespective of the size of the business or the market, the size of the market, businesses will innovate at different levels. I hope that helps.